Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Hayles. Mark, thank you very much.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a wonderful opportunity to be here today, and thank Alvin so much for inviting me or the agency, I should say, for me to present on behalf of the local business agency at this event. The atmosphere here is tremendous, and certainly there's some really good information being shared here today, and hopefully I can continue on with that particular trend. As Alvin has alluded to, I met Alvin a year or so ago at a Harlem 100 business net event, and some really great people in the room. Of course, Alvin was one of those great individuals who saw me, and we kind of our eyes met, and we shook hands, and we started to talk about our respective businesses and our aspirations to see, our desire, I should say, to see small businesses grow and develop. And certainly I shared with him my passion for small businesses, and we understood intrinsically the situation of minority firms, certainly in New York, and the problem with underutilization. Most of you, I'm sure, would know that the city is trying, and the state is trying desperately to get more work to minority firms. And this problem, by the way, is not a unique problem to New York. If you go to many major cities, certainly in the UK, they are also grappling with the question of how they provide more work to small businesses. I have to say, as I was sharing with Tracy a moment ago, that New York is, and certainly the US, is very unique because they make special provisions for minority businesses. And when I heard about 20% target or goals, utilization goals, and 30% utilization goals, and when I fully understood that the city and the state and municipalities and public sector organizations are committed by law, actually, to provide work to small businesses, my jaw dropped. I think I use the term "say what." That these businesses were given opportunity to that extent to participate on contracts. And herein lies the opportunity that most of these, many businesses are not participating for one reason or another. And certainly as far as New York City is concerned, the utilization rate is less than 6%, I understand. So 94% of jobs or contracts that ought to go to minority firms do not go to them. And the reasons for that is what I want to touch on. You see, the challenge for many minority businesses is that they are able to do the work. Okay, builders can build. They can, bricklayers can put the bricks together. Electricians can put the wiring together. Whatever the case is, they can actually do the work for a large portion of those firms. The problem lies in their ability to effectively manage their back office. And as I said earlier on, Tracy, I was saying to you as we talked, that many small businesses, they grow from the $100,000, the $250,000 mark, and go beyond that point. But then something commonly happens to these businesses. How do they move from a small business kind of position or mentality to one that demands greater understanding of the business in terms of processes and people and technology for them to scale to the higher level? Now, that challenge resulted in many businesses not being able, minority businesses that is, being able to move and to attract larger value contracts, and many fell and really had poor performance records when it came to managing their back office infrastructure. So that challenge, and I hasten to say, is not unique to New York businesses. It's common to businesses all wherever you go. The ability to transition from a small to a medium to a large business. So, with my background in technology and accounting to a degree, and to some degree, and also in business in general, I saw this challenge to small businesses about 5 or 7 years ago in the UK, and really sought to understand
what would help these businesses move forward. And technology, I knew, played an important role in that. It was an enabling role to enable them to do things better, to have in place better processes, and to do things in a better way. So coming to New York, I decided, let me just tell you sort of why I'm here, because Alvin said I've got a British accent, and I'm proud of the Queen's English. Nothing wrong with that. Coming to New York, I actually married in New York my childhood sweetheart many years ago. And as Alvin said, behind every good man, or beside every good man, someone corrected me, is a wonderful woman. And my wife certainly is that, and that's why I decided to come to New York. But certainly, coming to New York, I decided to look at how we could establish an agency, and I worked with a number of great individuals, and combined, we put our efforts together to create what is the Better Local Business Agency, and we've been doing that for 2 years. And so if I talk a little bit about, Joe, you could just press the, just give an introduction as to who we are, okay? In fact, before I do that, I'll just touch on a survey. So we came together as a group and we formed this agency, and we built out, as I will explain in a moment, the MwBeCloud. It's a very special piece of technology that is really transforming the way small businesses work. But by way of a starter, if I were to ask a question to you this afternoon, what software does your business use for CRM? And CRM is customer relationship management. Anyone here has a piece of software that does that? You do, right? Yes? You gotta say what that is?
Salesforce.
Salesforce. I would expect that. Anyone else? Salesforce too?
Act.
Oh, Ace Act. Very good. All right. What about for marketing? I know you probably can use Salesforce for marketing, but anyone has you have a software for marketing too? I noticed only a few hands are going up here. All right. What about accounting? Anyone has a software that they use for? Let me see your hands. It's okay. You can raise your hands. You have a specific software for accounting, right? And project management or job management, manufacturing, you have a specific piece of software. Is it different from the one that you use for accounting?
No.
So you have something that does both. All right, great. Sales and distribution. What about logistics management? Okay, we're getting into a field here where you're saying, well, I'm not sure about that. Okay, that's fine. E-commerce, HR management. You have a software that does that too. All right. And payroll. Right? Most of you probably use some kind of payroll application. The point of this question is to really demonstrate to you that in any business, you will have a piece of software that will do one or more of these things. Invariably, businesses will have a specific software to deal with each of these particular functions, okay, within their business. And as a small business, as you grow, I guess that is fine, all right? That is okay. But as you move to beyond the $700,000, $800,000 mark, your business becomes more complex. The processes become more complex. The need for one or more of these applications becomes something which is critical to your business growth. So the idea of employing what we term enterprise resource planning, a software that combines all of these things into one to give you what's called an integrated system, is really the natural path that businesses need to follow if they are to scale beyond a small business. By the way, I'm not going to follow these slides because I only have 10 minutes. I'm just going to cut to the chase of these. Can I just move forward a little bit? Okay. Okay.
I'm not the finance guy, but technology.
The left button. Press the left side
The left one?
of the mouse.
I'm screwing you all up.
The left.
There's only one button.
On the left-hand side of the mouse.
He's Italian, you don't know.
Ah!
I did it.
That's
Okay,
it.
let's move forward a little bit here.
All right, you can press your luck now.
Okay. All right, and again. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, hold there.
All right.
Okay. So there are some specific problems that are faced with small businesses as they begin to scale. And the idea of integrating these technologies is really quite important. And let me just kind of sum this up in a story. And I'll talk about a client that had challenges with their job management system. We'll talk about they had problems with their billing and receivables, accounting management, and so forth. And this was a client that used Excel to manage their invoicing. All right? And you probably look at me and think, what? Absolutely. And many businesses do that. And I would add, Excel for a level of activity is perhaps okay. But they began to realize something quite challenging. In that they were at $1 million, okay, $2 million with a major customer. And they ran into difficulty. The difficulty was they could not track their short-run jobs very effectively. As the volume increased, the ability to match timesheets with individual jobs became a problem. That impacted their ability to bill on time and bill accurately, okay? At the same time, their client, their major customer, had introduced new ERP technologies, which meant that the interface with my client's systems and the customer had to be changed, okay? More was demanded. And the net result of all this was that the client fell behind with their billing. Had they known about UJO at the time, they could have solved their short-term working capital problem, all right? But they had a problem. They had a situation where they did not bill nearly $1 million worth of jobs, okay? Because it was a problem trying to track everything. As a result, they lost the contract the next year. And I was invited to work with this business and to really help them to put technologies in place that could track their job, help them to bill on time, help them to manage their people more effectively, gave them visibility around their financials, their working capital, receivables, and so forth, what was aging, what was outstanding, what to focus on, and so on, along with other key performance indicators. And over 3 months, we worked with that client to implement our MwBeCloud technology, which has, order management, short-run contracts, job management, billing and receivables management, linked to the accounting, project management, and so forth. And we were able to convince that customer that, the client was ready to move forward. Last year, they were awarded an $8 million contract. A tremendous jump. And you'd have thought that's the end of the story. Great success, fantastic success. And ordinarily that would be true. But it so happened that 6 months later, call again. Mark, you have to go back into this client. Why? Because culturally, they had not embraced the new technologies. Okay? And it dawned on me in a very powerful way that change for small business is complex, number one. And yes, technology plays an important enabling role, but for them to truly see the value of that change, there has to be a cultural change in attitude, in a mindset in particularly. Now, the truth of the matter is, a lot of minority businesses, they're the first, second generation Americans, yes, true, women own businesses, but a lot of minority businesses are individuals who are from other countries. Now, if you're from the Caribbean, as my parents are, I was born in Jamaica. Jamaicans have a certain mentality, right? Very laid back, right? Making good money, like Africans too. They like to bling and to show, right? And businesses making money, but they're not too concerned about the back office, all right? As long as the bill gets done at some point, that's okay. How much are we owed? Well, we don't quite know, but we're getting some monies in, all right? Okay? But there was not that cultural change that took place. And so for me, it was clear, and our agency, it was clear that in order for these businesses to scale, there has to be a change in the leadership of those businesses, okay? Fundamental, all right? Staff had to be aware culturally of what is taking place and that the business culture had to also change. Management had to embrace the technology, buy into it wholly and completely, okay? And understand its implications. And I can tell you, I had a call from the customer. The major customer says, hey, we need to do something here. And I don't know if you use the term here in the US. They read the Rioting Act. Do you use that term? You get my drift, right? In other words, guys, you need to do this or else. Right? And it was amazing how you have the carrot and the stick approach, how the stick approach worked, because there was a major situation here. And it's quite incredible for me to see. I was just sharing this morning how I went on site today, and I just saw it felt like a real change had taken place. You had management meeting this morning. You had the operations people look at what the major issues are for the day. They were planning their agendas of what they need to focus on. They had management reports that were coming off the system, so they knew which job to focus on. Jobs that did not have purchase orders on them that need to meet the purchasing orders. Jobs that were open or closed and have the information to see clearly what was taking place and so forth. So the technology plays an important role. Just move on, Joe, to the next slide. All right, so I've talked a little bit about that. Move on. Move on. Okay, so this is what we want to do for businesses. We want to evaluate their readiness. We want to tailor our solutions to meet their business needs. Okay, that's really, really important. And implement technologies that help them to scale from a small business that might be doing $500,000, $750,000 to move beyond. And we want to work with clients that are serious about being a $20 million, $30 million, $50 million company. Alvin talked about the team. There are finances here, okay? Bond providers with Spinner across here. Joe and business solutions, other services are provided to really help you to move to the next level. We want to position your company to participate and win on upcoming contracts. I firmly believe that as we begin to support these businesses, you as a business, in growing and having the infrastructure in place, that customers, prime contractors, and others would be interested in what you have to offer. So we are thinking about how we provide procurement services for the private sector so that you're ready to win more contracts. We want to train and mentor your leadership team. I really like this point because it means that I'm going to come alongside you, my colleagues will come alongside you and work with you. It's not just about the technology transition. It's about how we help you change the culture of your business to become a viable, profitable, growing, thriving, mid-sized, large enterprise, if you like. And that's an important factor. And we want to embed our technical professionals with you. I really believe that the hand-holding, mentoring approach is really crucial. I work, as I said, the client here in Queens that I work with, I'm on the phone all the time to the managing director. And he said, Mark, do we need some extra resources to do A, B, C, and D? He says, yes or no, maybe, not now, okay? and he feels comfortable, and he has a degree of comfort that technology infrastructure and the support that he gets from our professionals is valuable to him. So I'm excited about the MwBeCloud. I'm excited the fact that it's a black-owned business, minority-owned business, led by black men and women. I'm excited about that, okay? I like to say that we are QuickBooks on steroids. I probably should say marijuana, because that's illegal almost in some things. Okay, but we can do a lot more, okay? And it's a great opportunity to help small businesses move forward. So I don't have to take any questions. If you're a business that is struggling to really make sense of where you are right now because of increased activity levels and so forth, and you want to move to the next level, I'm here, we can talk, we can share. I'm really excited about hearing the challenges that you have and helping you to move to the next level. Thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great afternoon. I'm available for questions.